Hi, this is Lance Mountain, and this is the basics of skateboarding. This is a new revised version with some new footage, and it's going to take you through everything from stepping on your first board and learning ollies to kickflips, rail slides, different grinding and sliding tricks, some mini ramp stuff, a section on how skateboards are made, and coming up next, Kenny Hughes is going to go over putting together your first board.
You have yourself a nice skateboard. Hey, what's up? This is Kenny Hughes, here today to show you guys the basic stuff to set up a skateboard. Alright, first you're going to need to pick out a board that best fits your needs. If you're a smaller guy, you probably like a skinnier board. Some people prefer wide boards. Some guys prefer skinny boards. Next, you're going to need your grip tape. There's different kinds of grip tape. Next, you figure out what kind of trucks you want. Trucks come in different height and sizes. It's probably best that you get a truck that fits the width of your board, and whether you want a high one or low one. I guess next you would look for a set of wheels. You know, wheels come in different sizes, shapes, different widths, different colors, pretty much personal preference. Smaller wheels are usually better for tech tricks and stuff like that, and then bigger wheels are better for speed and all that kind of stuff. Next, I guess you'd sort out what kind of bearings you'd like. You need to get bolts. Those also come in different colors and lengths and all that. So I guess basically that's it. Follow these simple instructions, you have yourself a nice skateboard.
And I'll be taking you through the beginning aspects of riding a skateboard. And I'll be primarily talking about the cornerstone of modern skateboarding, the ollie. The first thing you need to figure out and be aware of is stance. There are two different stances. The left foot forward is called regular, and the right foot forward, for some reason, is called goofy. You should stand whichever way feels most comfortable for you. Whatever the case, to best optimize trick skateboarding, you should always push with your back foot. Pushing with your front foot is called mongo. This, though natural for many skaters, is a bad habit and can be limiting. If you do push mongo, but wish to have the control and abilities of today's pros, you should definitely consider trying to learn to push the other way. Tic-tacking is a way of generating forward momentum without pushing, and it's also a good way for getting a feel for your board. It's a basic skill worth learning. Raise your front wheels slightly off the ground and move them from side to side, touching them down gently each time. The main movement for this maneuver is in the waist and upper body. The legs and feet direct the movement, but the momentum is coming from upstairs. Now, we're going to talk about ollies. Ollies are the bridge to just about everything else, every other trick you're ever going to learn on your skateboard. So, this one's not worth cutting corners on. Proper form is everything. Don't worry about height in the beginning, worry about form. Learn ollies properly, and the rest will follow. First, try your ollie stationary, which means not rolling. Grass or carpeting may help keep you still. You need to work on your form. Your back foot should be on the tail. Your front foot should be down behind the front truck bolts. Push your back foot down to the ground, snapping your tail. At the same time, jump up, become light on your board. Your front foot should drag up to the front of your board, pulling the board with you. As you reach your peak, you want to level out. When you land, you want to compress your knees. It's not easy to pull off, but getting the right form down will help. Watch the form shown here, and watch other skaters and apply what you see. Once you can land an ollie in a stationary position, it's time to try and roll. Once you have ollies down, it's time to apply them to actual street skating. Up and down curbs, over obstacles, and then on to different variations. The two most basic variations of the ollie are frontside and backside 180 ollie. For 180 ollie, the turn comes from your upper body down to your feet. This is a backside 180 ollie. This is a frontside 180 ollie. Have fun and be safe.
Hi, this is Paul Schmidt here to tell you guys how a quality skateboard's made. We start out with 7 layers of hard maple veneer. Comes from the Great Lakes region in North America, and we mix up the laminations of cross ply and long ply to give it optimum strength. That wood is then run through a glue machine, has glue applied on both sides of it, stacked up, put in a press. It is then, the glue cures in a press, and then after that we come out, after it sits around for a couple days and dries, then it gets drilled. it gets cut out, it gets final shape. It gets edge routed. It gets edge sanded, then hand sanded, and then clear coated with top coat. After the skateboard's painted, it then gets screen printed with a graphic on it, and then it goes through the sales and distribution system, gets delivered to the skate shop in your hometown. Go check it out.
Hi, this is Ed Templeton, and I'm here to tell you about grinds and grind tricks on ledges and flat bars. Start learning 50-50s on something that you feel comfortable with, such as a curb, and then if you're better at ollies, you can move up to a ledge. A good way to learn your aim is to practice stationary axle stalls, progressively getting higher. That's just to get your aim down, you know. It's like the better you aim, the less chances you have of slipping off or falling when you're trying to do an actual grind as you're moving. There's three basic parts to this trick: the ollie up to the ledge, the part on the ledge while you're balancing on the ledge, and then coming off the ledge. Each one takes a little practice. Basically, you start with ollie and aim your trucks onto the ledge. Once you get on there, it's a matter of bouncing on the 50-50, coming off. It's good to like kind of push your tail a little bit so you get a little ollie out. But of course, you could just ride right off. There may be three parts to the trick, but it's all one motion. The whole trick is one move. For Smith grinds, it's good to go a little faster than you normally would, because with your rail down and your truck being angled, it catches a lot more. So you have to go faster and push harder on that trick. And it's also good to lean a little bit back. A backside Smith is the same as a frontside Smith, only with your back facing the ledge. A feeble is like a Smith grind coming over from the other side, and you're lapped over a little more. A frontside feeble is the same thing as just frontside, but it's a little harder because you have to throw your weight in an abnormal way. A 50-50 180 out is pretty self-explanatory. 50-50 180 out. A 5-0 is half of a 50-50. That's why they call it only a 5-0 as opposed to a 50-50. And that's where you do a grind with your back truck, balancing on your back truck only like a manual. A good thing to do when you're learning 50-50s, or any trick for that matter, is to be thinking of the whole trick as you're doing it. Look at the end of the trick where you're going. Oftentimes when you're learning a trick, you're concentrating so much on the ollie up to the ledge that you forget that you're going to be grinding and coming off also in the same trick. And that's how a lot of mistakes happen with falling or not aiming right. And that's how a lot of kids fail to progress in their skating, because they're not thinking of the whole trick as a whole.
Hi, my name is Felix Arguelles, and I'm going to try and help you guys learn rail sides. A little trick that helped me learn rail sides was ollieing on something that's stationary, looking over the shoulder that I wanted to turn off of, turn in that direction, and keep my knees bent. As you graduate from your stationary stage, start on maybe a parking block or an obstacle a little bit higher than that, and you start to approach your obstacle on an angle, making it easier to slide off the end. And then from there, you start leaning back and balancing yourself further and sliding a little bit farther, and eventually you can slide the length of a whole obstacle or whatever you're looking to rail slide, maybe graduating to a handrail one day.
Hello friends, my name is Robert Gonzalez. Today we're going to be doing some pop shuvits. I think one of the easier ways to learn this trick is by standing in place and doing a varial shuvit. This will give you the basic feeling of doing a pop shuvit by pushing it with your back foot, catching it with your front. After learning the varial shuvit, you're going to want to take it to the next level, which is the pop shuvit. This is basically like a varial shuvit, except you're popping